Let me guess, your software as a service business ranks for a bunch of keywords, but your pipeline looks exactly the same. That's because most SEO for SaaS is built to win rankings, not customers. In this video, I'll show you why that happens and how to turn search traffic into trials, demos, and real revenue. Because traffic that doesn't convert isn't growth. It's just an expensive confidence booster. I've worked with SaaS companies that ranked on page 1 and still couldn't explain where their next customer was coming from. And I've also seen what happens when SEO is built around buyer intent instead of blog traffic. Rankings turn into trials, trials turn into revenue, and growth finally becomes predictable. No hacks, no loopholes, just alignment. By the end of this video, you'll understand 3 things. First, why SEO for SaaS is quite different from SEO for other type of businesses. Second, the frame that turns search traffic into trials and demos, not just blog views. And third, how SaaS companies use SEO as a revenue channel, not as a content expense. Companies like Slack didn't grow by publishing random blog posts or chasing keywords. They grew by answering real questions people were already searching for long before those people were ready to buy. And that matters because SaaS buyers don't make impulse decisions. They research for weeks or even months, compare tools, loop in teammates, and only then choose a solution. The problem is most SaaS SEO is built around product features instead of buyer problems. And nobody searches for features. They search for problems they are trying to solve. This is the first big shift you need to understand about SEO for SaaS. Your buyers aren't one person. They are managers, founders, operators, developers, and finance teams, all searching differently, all caring about different outcomes. If your SEO only speaks to one stage of that journey, it's not a growth channel, it's just content. And this is where most SaaS teams get stuck. They write about features, advanced reporting dashboards, API integrations, scalable cloud infrastructure. But nobody searches for advanced reporting capabilities. They search for how to create monthly reports faster. They don't search for API integration. They search for connect with tools I already use. SEO for SaaS works when they translate features into business problems and outcomes, because that's how humans think. And yes, Google has finally caught up to that. Now, let's map this to how SaaS buyers actually buy. At the top of the funnel, people are problem aware. They search things like how to track remote team productivity, why project deadlines keep getting missed. This content builds trust, it educates, it earns attention. In the middle of the funnel, buyers, no solution exists. Now, they are searching best project management tools, competitor versus competitor, tool alternatives. This is where comparison and use case pages win, not sales pages pretending to be blog posts. At the bottom of the funnel, intent is high. Searches like pricing, reviews, demo, how to use your product. These keywords most often have low and very low volume, but they have real money attached to them. One trial from the right keyword is worth more than 1,000 blog readers who are never going to buy. Let me give you a real example. Some time ago, I worked with a SaaS company in the property management vertical. They weren't a startup, they already had traffic, clients, and a solid team. The problem was that their SEO looked good on paper, but revenue wasn't moving. Their blog ranked well, but it was almost entirely top of the funnel content. No buyer journey mapping, no comparison pages. And their product pricing and demo pages were basically invisible in search. So we rebuilt their SEO around one thing: how property managers actually search. We shifted content away from features and toward problems like reducing tenant churn, streamlining maintenance requests, and reporting to owners faster. We added use case and comparison pages, optimized pricing and demo pages for higher intent searches, and fixed the technical issues holding their site back. The result? Organic traffic increased by 55.7 in 14 months. But more importantly, revenue from organic search increased by 92.4%. Same product, same website, different SEO strategy. That's the difference between ranking for attention and ranking for buyers. Now, let's talk keyword research, because this is where SEO for SaaS either works or completely falls apart. You don't start with keywords, you start with problems your software solves. Then you look at how people describe those problems, not how your internal docs describe features. Your customers don't think in product language. They think in outcomes. Competitor research helps here too. Not to copy, but to find intent gaps that actually convert. And here's something most teams overlook. Your product pages, pricing pages, and demo pages are SEO assets. If they are not optimized, you are leaving revenue on the table. That's like opening a store and hiding the checkout because it feels aggressive. Great vibes, terrible cash flow. Now, let's talk about content that actually converts. Pure education rarely converts. Pure promotion rarely ranks. SEO for SaaS lives in the middle. Problem-first blog posts that naturally introduce your product as part of the solution. Dedicated landing pages for high-intent use cases. Honest comparison pages that help buyers choose without trashing competitors. And one of the most underrated SaaS SEO plays: free tools and resources, calculators, templates, trials, benchmarks. They attract links, build authority, and capture leads at the same time. But even the best content fails if your technical SEO is broken. Slow pages kill trials. Indexation issues hide your best content from Google. Mobile forms that are painful to use destroy demo conversions. Your site might look fine to you, but Google might be quietly judging it like a disappointed parent at a school play. Authority still matters too. Backlinks are one of the strongest ranking signals for competitive SaaS keywords, but relevance beats volume every time. One strong link from the right industry site can outperform 10 generic links no buyer has ever heard of. Case studies, original data, and customer stories pull double duty here: SEO and trust. Now, let's talk measurement. If you only track rankings, you'll make bad decisions. If you only track traffic, you'll celebrate the wrong win. SEO for SaaS should be measured by organic traffic to product and pricing pages, trials and demos from SEO customers, and revenue from organic search. If SEO doesn't show up in revenue conversations, it won't survive budget conversations. At this point, you might be thinking, okay, How do I know what's actually broken on my site right now? Because most SaaS websites look fine, but the data tells a very different story. That's why I created my complete SEO audit checklist, the exact framework I use to uncover why Google isn't rewarding sites that seem perfectly fine on the surface. You can grab it below and run your own audit step by step. And if you want a second set of eyes, someone to walk through your site, your content, and your funnel, and show you exactly where rankings and revenue are leaking, you can also book an SEO consultation with me. Once you've done that, watch this next video. Your website looks fine. This complete SEO audit reveals why Google disagrees. It will help you diagnose issue before you invest another dollar into content that doesn't convert. Because SEO for SaaS isn't about chasing rankings. It's about building a system that compounds into revenue even while you sleep.